Let's just check who is here. With Mihail, Abby, Calvin, MacBook Pro. Who is on MacBook Pro? Such a see. Someone, the person that's on MacBook Pro, just let me know who you are, please.
I'm Papa.
Who?
Papa, Pops.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So let's hand you the controls, Mihail. Is first here. One moment. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's not... All right, so for those that are not, just stay muted for me. All right. So we're going to do EuroCAD. Looking in the Google Drive, this is a pair that we haven't traded as of yet. So this will be really interesting. Mihail's going to take the session for us today. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it enough. I'll support him through this. So Mihail, when you're ready, take over.
I'm ready.
And let's talk about what we're seeing and what your plans are.
I see a bearish market now.
Okay.
And I will wait for a pullback and rejection on 4 hour.
Okay. Let me just change the news for a second quickly to low, medium, and just select EuroCAD only. This off. Cool. Also at the same time, let me change this risk to 2.5%. It's fine. Can you do me a favor, Mihail, and put in your high, your previous lower high formation, so that we know what we're looking at and what we're where we're waiting for price to trade below, please.
Okay. So lower high here.
Yeah, just your previous one. That's all. So that's that lower high, or that lower high there is obviously way back. Can you find the current one?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Correct, yeah. So when you clone that for us, if you clone it and go over to the 1 hour and show them, it becomes clear on the 1 hour time frame. So if you're unsure on the 4 hour, just to make things clearer, you can drop down to your hourly time frame just to see the structure in a bit more cleared way. Okay. So, I mean, that's it's not as clear as I expected it to be, but it's clear enough. Okay. So you don't need to adjust it now to the 1 hour. Just leave it how it was on the 4 hour. No, you need to take into account those wicks.
Now it's okay.
Account
wicks. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's get cracking. So at the moment, we're in a bearish market. You're looking for a pullback.
Pullback.
Okay, fine. So let's press 1 up 4 hour candles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, now it's Monday.
So when these setups pop out,
Sorry?
No, I'm saying when these setups pop up, you will see them. So
okay.
Let's just wait for the most obvious ones, and we're fortunate enough to be able to go next bar. So what's the market doing at the moment?
Now I see here this is like new lower high.
Okay, look at the structure. Remember, when we're looking for these lower high formations, what we want to see on the market is we want to see the market doing this. Okay, we want to see the market folding over before we look to continue taking sales. So at the moment, we can't really draw that there. So what I would say is, let's not look into this too much. Let's just see this market structure as just moving sideways. at this current time. And let's just look for a bit more of a pullback to, let's say, some sort of structure or around these areas here before you look to sell the market again, okay?
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Okay, so talk to me about the structure.
So now the trend line I can put here.
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
Trend line was broken.
What does that indicate to us?
That indicate the bulls in control now.
Yeah, bullish pressure, but
Bullish pressure, yeah.
yeah, potentially indicating a what in the market?
Uh,
If the market was down,
yeah,
it could be a
and
potential what?
buy pressure
Yeah, we know that. Reversal.
or reversal, yeah. Reversal.
Yeah, okay. So now what are you waiting for the market to do?
Pull back
Okay, for what?
for buy.
Yeah, I know. So let's think about the patterns that we use. The market structure has been broken. You can see it move sideways, indicating low volume in the market. We've had
Now I will looking for high low
higher low or
Yeah.
double bottom
or down bottom.
or potentially a missed double bottom, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Okay.
buy pressure. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Click my screen. Yeah.
Okay. Still nothing, I think. Okay. Can I see 1 hour?
Yeah, sure. Can you tell us what you're thinking, please?
I want to see this week.
For what reason?
Uh,
Let me just clear this chart. What is the reason for you wanting to go to your 1 hour? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, can you explain to us so everybody knows what
yes.
your process is?
Because of this week on 4 hour, this rejection candle on 4 hour.
Go, this is the 1 hour at the moment.
Now, yeah, 4 hour. Let me.
So this wick here on the 4 hour,
Yes.
and you want to look at the 1 hour to understand what?
Looking for a setup
For sales or buys?
for buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what I would say to you is don't go to the 1 hour to look for support. Okay, because there will be support and there will be resistance on these time frames. Okay, base everything off of your 4 hour. So if you're looking to buy, then draw the level you're looking to buy now.
Okay.
Here. Only use your lower time frames when you're looking for more evidence, not for levels. Now, Gunnar just points up the out also, right? When we're looking at this structure, we know that the violation of this market has happened, okay? We can see depletion in sell pressure on this market. Price basically wasn't able to continue breaking down. Now, we have here bull, 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 bull. If this market is going to create a break of the trend line, okay, a push to the upside and a potential either higher low or a double bottom, what must price do in order to continue going up?
Yes.
What must it do before it continues goes up?
A rejection.
We know we see the rejection, so but we see lots of bullish candles Before price can continue going up, what must it do?
A pullback.
Right, think about structure then. So if we're going to create a higher low or a potential double bottom, we're going to need a pullback at some point. So
Yes.
I wouldn't then start to draw aggressive entries like this when the structure hasn't yet actually changed. This is just potentially a change in market structure. This is not confirmed. We need a higher low formation, or we need the first high to be broken,
Okay.
because this is just the first high of a potential reversal.
Okay.
All right. So I would not be using this as support, not just yet. It's much different if the market structure has changed and you start to see that the structure is changing. We have now lower lows and higher lows forming, and then you want to start doing things like this to look for this. It's different, but nothing has been confirmed yet other than just a strong bull run at the moment.
Okay, understood.
Okay. So let's just continue to wait for price action to show something very clear and visible to us, okay?
Okay.
Now you have 8 hours worth of rejection there.
Yes.
We still need a pullback on this pair.
This could be a pullback.
This could potentially be a pullback. So now what you do is you draw your level there and mark it. Don't take the body, take the wick for now, because if you're going to enter a trade, you want your stop loss below the wick. Okay, until price gives you confirmation of what it's doing, you're always going to use that wick as where you're going to place your stop loss, all right?
Okay.
So, yeah, clone it. And now you can go to your 1 hour. If you're going to look for buy opportunity, you need evidence, okay? So let's move this one here. Okay, and then let's, you're looking for evidence, right? So you want to move to 1 hour candles. Okay, that's another 4 hour candle. So let's go back to the 4H time frame and see what that 4H candle, or how that 4H candle closed. Not much to go by there, okay? So
Yes.
you're still now waiting for price to come back into this wick area on the market. So you can continue with potentially the hourly time frame,
Without it.
4 candles. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the 4 hourly. Now that 4 hour candle's closed. Let's see what's happening.
I can press.
Okay, there you go. So again, nothing to go by here. So we still have the wick, the first 4 hour candle showing signs of rejection, but the next 8 hours, there's just really no volume in the market, okay?
Yeah.
So let's continue.
With 1 hour?
I would stay 4 hour now. I think it's
Or
morning, 8 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. I think let's just stick to another 4 hour candle and let's see what happens.
okay. Oh. So I will continue now with 1 hour.
What are you looking for now? So let's clear the chart. Let's get a fresh perspective on this pair. We've been looking at it for too long. Now talk to me about the structure of this market.
I can see now this like potential higher low is here,
Okay.
and I will look in 1 hour for pullback to this level again and for buy opportunity.
Okay.
So let me clone this.
I'll click it for you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Click the screen when you're ready.
Continue with 1 hour.
Yeah. 1 hour candles.
Okay. Okay. I think this is enough for me to
Okay.
take a buy.
Let's take a look at the 4 hour. You can't click it, can you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good rejection. So
Were you taking this trade on the 1 hour?
yes.
Okay.
1 hour.
I click the screen and measure it up.
$13 pips. I think it's okay.
Okay. And go for what? 37 pips take profit, yeah?
13 for 37.
37.
Okay.
Fine.
So now I will go to 4 hour to see.
Yeah, so you can go to the 4 hour and let's change this to here. And when you're ready, just press play, okay?
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Keep going.
Okay. Continue with 4 hour.
Yeah, continue the 4 hour. Clear the structure after this. All right, continue. So tell me what you're seeing with this structure now.
So now I think if I draw a trend line is broken.
Correct.
Here.
Good. What pressure now do we have in the market?
And now it's bearish pressure.
We have what pressure?
Bearish.
Bearish pressure, exactly. Okay, no problem. So now that we're looking at the market structure like this, we had the break of the structure. We had what we potentially were looking for a buy reversal in the market. And now we have this very subtle structure in the market here. This was a previous structure low, and now this has been violated. We now switched to bearish pressure in this market. So now what are you looking for? Potential.
Potential pullback and sell opportunity.
Okay, let's go. Let's press 4 hour candles and let's go. Don't study the candles too hard. Just wait until the pattern is that clear to take it. Okay? Don't study the candles too hard. When the pattern comes, you will see it.
Okay.
Okay, stop here a second. Oh, too late. Now, what I want you to do, okay, this is, let me share something with you. This is not an absolute clear pullback on this pair, okay? But we start to see price failing to push to the upside. And this was our support level on this market. We now have had this clean break of the structure. Have you been watching the live sessions?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you know what a momentum trade is?
Yes. Yes.
So this is a strong bullish and bearish candle in a bearish sentiment market. You can now potentially look for price to come back for a retest or a 50% retracement of this candle to look for an entry. Have you been doing them?
No. No.
Okay, let's try it. Go to the 30-minute and let's take entry over there if we have the evidence. I'll do it, it's fine. So this is 30-minute. That's fine. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, we're using this structure of price to see if we can get a pullback to around 50% of this candle. This was the structural break, okay?
Yeah.
We have now price attempt to push into the structure, the failure to do so, strong momentum down, and we're just looking for a slight pullback on this pair, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see how this works. I just absolutely hate MT4. I just despise it so much. All right, let's go. Let's press 30-minute candles.
Okay.
That's only one, though. That's not enough evidence. Okay, look. Now, this is starting to line up with the structure. Okay, you need at least one more sign of evidence.
Yes.
Click the screen.
Oh.
Now, click the screen and press next bar.
Okay.
We need a little bit more evidence than that. Okay, check the sell on this now. Can you go to the 4 hour? Hold on. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it, bro. Let me do it.
Okay.
So this is about a 50% retracement of this. And now we had a strong bullish candle and then decision. It's a shame we don't have the 15-minute. And this becomes around 19 pips. 57, probably go for 57. So let's take this one. Let's go for 55. All right. Does anybody understand or don't understand what I'm doing here with this trade? what we have here is a bearish sentiment market, okay, which has changed. We can see prices clearly breaking the structures after the break of the trend line. Now, once we see price creating a lower high like this in like a sideways move market or just a high low in general, when we have a strong bearish candle breakout and the sentiment in the market is down, we don't really want to take the breakout. What we want is price to pull back into some of the areas here, or for a 50% retracement of this bearish candle. Now, the reason why I say this is because more often than not, if the sentiment of the market is down and we have a strong candle, more often than not, we'll have a continuation push to the downside. If the market structure changes and we're up, when we have strong candles, more often than not, we'll have another bull candle immediately after that, okay? So that's where the testing of this comes from. Now, we have a 50% retracement of this candle, and what we're looking for is evidence of this continued bullish momentum in this candle here. So just looking at this, we have a strong push to the upside. We have an hour's worth of indecision, and unfortunately, we don't have the 15-minute, which would be perfect to enter this. So we're just going to go off of the 30-minute, and we've had an attempt to push the upside, an indecision, and now a 30-minute candle close. So we're going to enter this trade based off this candle with a stop loss above this lower high formation, just anticipating continued bearish momentum in this market. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Now, my aim with this is to go break even as soon as possible. So this is 19 and 19. This trade is now 27 pips at break even, and that's it. No emotions attached. We just play it and let it run. So now we're starting to see this evidence again of price breaking the previous structural low, indicating continued bearish pressure. And again, we have an hour and a half of information here showing that price is fading break above. Now, this is, I don't advise you guys trade aggressively like this, to be honest with you. But once you become more experienced, you'll be able to do it or see the structure, shall I say. Let's just go 47 on this and let's try again, okay? And this is a new take profit down here now. Let's see what happens. Let's wait for this to push more. Okay, this is fine. So let's check this entry on this here is 17 pips. We've still got a little way to go. Okay, so now we can go break even on the second trade. Okay, and now we're risk free again, no emotions attached. First trade is one. This is the retracement after the clean breakout, the 50% retracement of the previous bearish candle. And then we're just looking for evidence, guys. Evidence of continued bearish pressure, wicks, and then we just take the trade. Let's see what happens to this one. This one's at break even. So again, no emotions attached. We just let it play out. Let's see what's happening over here on the 4 hour. Okay, no problem. We still have strong bearish pressure in the market. Let's see how this next 4 hour candle closes. To be honest with you, we do have a lot of red bearish candles, so we may have a pullback at some point. But again, we're break even, so no emotions attached, right? Okay, so that's it. Trade 2 done. And this is how we just keep it simple. I'm telling you guys, when you see price action creating structure and clean structure, you just take the trades. Now, this is an advanced entry. and we have here evidence of price failing to break above. Technically, you need the 15-minute for this. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, on the 30-minute, we had an hour and a half on here, okay? And there wasn't another entry, so that's it. That's how we play this trade out. So, sorry for taking over, Mihail. You can continue now, and let's see what happens with this. Let's see the chat. No, momentum trades need momentum in any direction. As I just explained, with momentum trades, what we're looking for is for price action to be trading in a clear direction. Okay? More often than not, go and look at your charts. Don't take my word for it. If the structure is trading down and we have a big, strong bearish candle, more often than not, whether the wick is this big next time, this big, or this big, okay? You more often than not will have next to a strong candle, another candle the same color. Same with upwards movements. If we have indication of strong bullish pressure in the market after the reversal or the market is moving up, you'll have the same color candle next to it. Go look at your charts, okay? Now, it doesn't mean you just hit buy and sell. It doesn't work like that. But you have to wait for price to pull back and then use your lower time frames to look for evidence to enter the markets, right? I'm going to do a video this weekend to show you guys how I just sit up my charts, maybe 5-10 minutes when I got time, and just go and just test the behavior of the candles, because I think you guys need to start doing it. Mihail, let's continue.
Okay.
So now what I want you to do, I just want you to just keep pressing 4 hour until you see a clean setup. And that is it. Do not study the candles any harder than needs to be, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go. Very good. Just keep going. Talk to me. What are you thinking?
I think this is rejection and
So let's
potential lower high.
Okay, so let's think about this. We had 4, 8, 12, 16 hours worth of information to show that price was moving sideways. Again, you remember we had the same thing here. Try to remember these patterns. What happened after that sideways movement? We had a strong pop to the upside. What do we have here again?
The same.
Okay, so for the sake of this illustration, wrong or right, let's do this. Just for the sake of this, okay? And let's just take a stop loss buy. I don't want my take profit there. One more candle. And let's do take profit of, let's say, let's just say 30 pips, okay? The reason why I'm putting my stop loss at 100 pips is I want to illustrate that usually, okay, with patterns that we continue to see, a strong push, technically we should have another little strong push up. We don't know how big, but we should. We don't know how far it's going to pull back, but we should. So let's see this. Remember these patterns, please, now, okay? Okay, now, the reason why we don't take trades like this is because we don't know how far it'll pull back and we don't know how far it will go up. But this is another momentum trade, all right? So what we now need to do, if we see the evidence that price is indicating strong bullish pressure after the patterns that we've previously seen, we now need to look at structure in a different light, which is now structural down, okay? Break of this potential low. We have the break of this structure. Now we want structure to pull either back for a double bottom, miss double bottom, and then look to ride the market. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's clean this and let's see what happens. So take over. Tell me what is potentially happening and what you're looking for.
So now who are you looking for? Double top or miss double top? Pull
Miss-
back.
A
Pull back.
double bottom or miss double bottom, you mean?
Yes. Yes, double.
Okay, fine. So let's go. Let's just wait for clear price action. Yeah, now you got it.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So it's first evidence
Very good. So
for
that's it. That's it. Now just draw your level. Now it's becoming clearer. Just draw your level. First evidence. Now you're waiting for what? Potential confirmation. That's it.
yes.
Let's clone that. Let's move on.
I will press one more 4 hour. See.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. I will check 1 hour now.
Very good. Very good.
I want to see how we will react on this level.
Sure. Okay, let's go back to the 4 hour. Price didn't come back down to that level for you enough. So let's go to the 4 hour again. Okay, and let's let this, okay. So look at this structure again, okay, Mihail. We have a buy structure. This was your, I hate using that. This was your potential lower high formation. Oh, sorry, higher low formation. Okay.
Yes.
Now we have a strong bullish candle into structure. You've possibly missed your buy opportunity here because we had a wick down here, which is fine. Now you're looking for a higher high and then a lower high. A higher low formation to continue this up. Or with this strong bullish candle, remember what I said, more often than not, you can get a pullback and just a momentum trade. Now, the way you would take these momentum trades is by going down to a lower time frame. So by the time price pulls back, you're able to go break even. I mean, we might as well just stop doing simulations, to be honest with you. And I'm just going to use TradingView from now on because I just don't like this. It's just not visually good, in my opinion. And we've traded at the bottom of this chart for the whole session. And it's been a bit annoying. So I think we just might use a replay button on TradingView from now on. But anywho, we have a strong candle. And again, we'll just do the same thing in this instance, just as an example here of momentum trades. So this was the candle. And we'll just play with this theory here of, let's go 55, and then that is, let's just do 115, okay? Let's just do this and see what happens. We now have a double bottom of the previous structure, and what you're probably not being able to see now is all of this evidence here on this chart, okay? This was once a support zone on this market for 8 hours, and if we clone this, you'll be able to see this on your 30-minute time frame, okay? And this was a strong support zone after this strong break up. And we have a second touch where prices reacted to majorly, and another touch here in the market where we've had this push to the upside. Unfortunately, we couldn't get in because, well, I mean, we're not using the lower time frames in this instance, but we'll take this trade and we'll see what happens, okay?
Okay.
Isn't the range change after the breakout? What does that mean? The range change after the breakout. The way I'm studying structure now is this. Let me delete this. The way I'm studying the structure now is this. Push to the upside. I recognize this as not a retest to buy, but evidence that price tried to push down and failed. A strong push to the upside. Definitely evidence that price has come back down and reacted to. And then we have a double bottom of this structure. Well, I know this is 3 touches because I can see it on the lower time frame. And then here we have a strong momentum trade. Strong momentum candle. Every time prices come here, it's reacted. And now we have a strong candle coming off at this level. We want just a retracement of this candle to 50%, then look for the buyers back to the upside, all right? We have a very safe stop loss below structure. But I don't know if that answered your question, but that's the reason for taking this trade. And now all we're anticipating now in this market is a higher high. And then, yeah, that's it, a higher high. Is Alan here? No. We have Kyle. Oh, nice to have you, Kyle. Yeah, I think we're done with simulation sessions, to be honest with you. Start moving on to something else and switch it up a little bit. Mihail, do you use MT4 or TradingView?
TradingView. I use TradingView.
Do you find this much more difficult to use?
No, not much, because I do a simulation session. I
You do it
I use
alone?
software effects.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Let's get to break even. I've seen you sending screenshots of your software.
Yes.
Watching the candles is like watching paint dry, isn't it? It's so dead. Especially if it doesn't move fast in your direction and give you a heart attack. Let's see the chat. And I mean, when you're looking for these trades, guys, just try to remember evidence and then confirmation. All right. If you can think of it like this, and then potentially visualize evidence, confirmation like this, these double bottoms are very powerful. I think this will make trading so much easier for you guys. Just try to remember it like this. I'll draw out a chart or something. Okay, done. Let's continue. Let's take one more trade.
Okay.
You can click the screen. What are you thinking?
I think it is.
Okay, so do it.
Evidence.
Just do what you would do on your simulation. Go down to your low time frame and do your thing.
Okay.
So the structure, we have a potential double bottom here, okay? We'll have a big bearish candle pushing back into structure and then bullish candle breaking back in. So it's entirely up to you what you plan to do.
So we can take now, or I also can wait for 50% of this candle.
No,
Or take now.
No, I'm not going to tell you. It's up to you. But I just pointed something out, which I want everybody to remember. Okay? We need evidence, confirmation. So now if I do this, evidence, confirmation, I will expect this, and I'll show you this as evidence, break of this structure, break back in. Okay? Does it look
Okay.
Does it look similar?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's check.
I'll just go for 25 pips.
25. Yes.
And let's just go for, let's say, 70 pips. Good profit. Okay, and let me just, wow. Cool, let's see what happens. We only had 1 4-hour candle close. Didn't see that. Press pause a second. That's my fault for encouraging that. We only had the 1 4-hour candle close. Let's clear this chart a second. I do apologize. This is a really shitty play line. This is 1 4-hour candle close. Oh. And this is the wick. This is the new 4-hour candle open. And I just need one more 30-minute into structure. Pips and let's go 57. Okay, there you go. Now we have the 1 4 hour candle close, and now the second 4 hour comes into structure. And now we have our evidence on the lower time frames of entry that we want. Sorry about that. That was bad of me. Break even. Okay, fine, trade done. Yeah, for some reason I just feel. I mean, it was a good session, but I just took over it, Mihail, and I do apologize, man. This was a bit tough this pair, to be honest with you, trading. But one thing, some feedback that I'll give you, I think, I mean, I've seen your progress from where you've come from. You've come a very long way. I think moving forward, what I want you to really focus on is really just looking for like clean evidence in the markets. So now something like this, okay, we don't need to keep this here. We can now adjust this to look at what's happening. And I know that this structure here is a double bottom on the hourly time frame, okay? So meaning that price is broken up, it's come back to structure, and now we have the higher high that's formed, and now we have a pullback to structure indicating a double bottom. And then when I'm trading these patterns, all I'm thinking is just to take the trades, okay? It becomes like robotic, and I just don't think about it. And that's what I want you to do as well. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. What we're doing is just trying to repeat the same process over and over again, but based on clear price action, which is a strong push to the upside. Prices come back. This is 8 hours worth of evidence that price is failing to break the structure. And now you just take the trade. Okay?
Okay.
Once we look back at this chart now and we look at the structure, it's very clear where we could have bought, where we could have bought after it's played out. So what we have to do is train our eyes to see these structures before they play out. And that's what's going to give us the edge. Not only are we looking at the structures that are forming, we're also trying to determine the behavior of the market and what price action is doing. The way we do that is looking for breakouts, false breakouts, breakback-ins of structures. We're looking for strong double bottoms of previous structure lows, etc., etc. And this is all taught in the daily analysis videos that are on the drive, and that you just need to be looking out for these, and that's it. Master 1 or 2 of these patterns and stick to them. I know at the moment we're now moved on to advanced entries, but we were due to move on to this a very, very long time ago. That's why we're talking about them now, okay? And what we do, and what we'll continue to do throughout the rest of the year is continuing to add to our arsenal, different entries, different patterns, etc., etc. But the only way you guys are going to learn these is just by studying. You're not going to learn it overnight. And training your eyes and getting yourself on your charts and just looking at them. I'll play this chart out for you in a second, and I don't want to continue ranting for too long. But I literally just sit on my chart on the 4 hour, and I go back like this, and I might say to myself, well, I could see this structure was down. We had a break of this structure. Price came up. Maybe I wouldn't have sold here, but then I'll look at the structure and say, well, would I have sold here or would I have sold here? Well, I don't know. The only way I'm going to be honest with myself is by going down to the lower time frames and then just literally scrolling back, looking at my charts and saying, well, all right, we had a strong push. This is definitely not sellable. This is not sellable, so no, I wouldn't have sold here. So, okay, just being honest with myself, there's no entry here for me. Then I would have looked at this and said, okay, we have a strong push to the upside. We're still sell bias. We had a breakout, indecision, and a break back down. Now, doesn't mean, I mean, I don't sell engulfing candles, but it doesn't mean I can't test if I did take it, what could have happened. And I might go like this and say, all right, well, maybe on this instance, I could have got a 10 pip stop loss and then possibly a 30 pip take profit. What would have happened in that case? It would have won. Now, how does this trade become valid? Well, we have the lower high. We have the first, this is not an advanced entry. This is a break and an immediate retest, but this now becomes evidence, but I didn't get an entry. And this now becomes a lot more clear as to why. Can I take the risk with this candle? Or I have a safe stop loss, anticipating a lower low. So absolutely I can take this risk. And remember, this is 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. If somebody says to me, I'm going to give you £10, if you flip a coin and you get heads, and if you lose, you give me, oh no, let's do it this way. Yeah, I'll give you £30 if you win. And if you lose, you give me £10, or we have to just flip a coin and pick heads or tails. I'm going to gamble that all day long. Okay? So everything played for me, and you take the trade. This is how I sit down and do it. Then I just go back to the 4 hour again, and I'll just look at my charts. I don't know where they've gone. There they are. And I'll just do it again. And I'll just look and say, right, well, you know what? I'll be looking at the structure like this. It broke. Would I buy here? Maybe. But then if I did buy here and this structure then started to show that it was making a lower high, do I then continue looking for a buy at the support? And I just start feeding myself constantly. Then I look at it like this, then I say definitely here, because this is definitely a double bottom. Go to the hourly time frame, go back on the structure and just look, double bottom. Now you have to be truthful. Would you have bought here? Absolutely not on the hourly. So I'll go down to the 15-minute and then I'll just scroll on this. I'm gonna say to myself, there was no evidence on the 1 hour. Let's go over here. I don't know where it is. I think it's here. And say to myself, okay, fine. I know this is a lot of madness right now, but this was the first evidence. This is confirmation. This is a 15-minute time frame. I start to then process in my head, can I take the gamble? Well, we have strong push into the structure. Price failed to break. We are actually bullish, and this is a higher low formation based on a 4 hour time frame. Can I take the gamble with taking a trade here, stop loss below the structure? Well, look now, we have an 8 pip stop loss, even better. So I do 8 pips, 24, look at it and say, voila. Oh, again, it goes back to what I just said. If I'm risking, my risk reward is 1 to 3, then I can afford to do this because I know that even if I lose this, lose my next one, and win my fourth one, I still can finish break even are the commissions. All right. So this is how you guys need to be applying yourself to the markets. Let's wrap up with this trade and see what happens. Okay. We are now at break even, risk free, chart closes, no one cares. All right. This is how it should be. And we just keep executing. Oh, mate.
Huh.
You're welcome, Studsy, bro. So now what I would be doing is monitoring on the 15-minute time frame the behavior of this. So now if I anticipate that I just missed my take profit by this much and I have this evidence happening, then I'm closing my position now, around 70% of my position. I'm not going to let this price run from where I previously was 64 pips for the sake of 6 pips to then go back and hit my break even. I am looking at this, and then I'm potentially taking 70% off the tables. I've been sitting in this for hours. I don't want to be sitting in this and lose the trade, and especially when I miss my take profit like that. It's a bastard. So now this is my thought process again. If I'm lucky enough for price to get back to this level again, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking profits, okay?
Yes.
Let's go with one more candle and let's just press it. Okay, it didn't get back there. Are we getting back there? Now, again, you know, I mean, let's see what's happening. This was my take profit. This became resistance. This is now becoming resistance again. This has now become this structure.
Missed double top.
Correct. So for that reason, let's close all. See, I stepped in too much to try and help you this session. Maybe I should just let you do your thing. But for this reason, because we now identify this as a missed double top, let's just do this. I mean, this could lose, man. Jeez. Wait, they all could lose. 81, 80, 61, 21, 81, 70. What? Okay. And then let's just press 4 candles. Woo! It continued up. All right, my bad. Anyway, we lose one trade. But guys, the point is, let's just stick to the patterns. And I think we need to just not be too focused on looking at too much of the finer details. Alan has agreed that I can share the recordings with him, for you guys, of his 100 trade challenge. We are planning to do our final session tomorrow. And it will be 3 1-hour videos of all of his trades, okay? I think there is tons to learn from this, from his ones, okay? And I think the importance of seeing what he done was that he never went down to any of the lower time frames. He literally just used the 4 hour and looked for the cleanest possible setups to take his trades, okay? And I think in the instance like that, it will make trading so much easier for you guys. And I think maybe I'm going to start promoting that in the community, to be honest with you, because everybody's trying obviously all these different things and it's understandable, but I think the basics need to be learned first and then we can move on to some of the harder things, okay? For that reason, I'm going to start doing homework for you guys because I think that would really help you. But I'm just been a bit busy at the moment with other things. But yeah, I'm going to do it now. I think 71. Right, do you have any questions, any queries?
Take profit.
Let's check the chat. Homework will be good. That's been my main problem recently. Yeah, I know, man. I think there's so much being thrown out there, people are getting a bit busy. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I will do the homework thing. Mm. Break the high, break the low, low high, structure, break up. Oof. I missed this one. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So now looking at the structure like this. Oops. Mm. Last trade, guys. God, this is too tight on the 4 hour. Okay, fine. Sweet.
Wow.
I'm done. Oh, okay. All right. Let's just look at the chat quickly. Kaya, I'm sorry. I don't know who's asking. No one buy this software, man. I mean, it looks good, but it's just